Elliott Wave tutorial part 3, complex corrections. If you would like to know more, check out the Financial Freedom Masterclass designed for anyone to analyze, trade and invest in the stock market. Okay, this is where things get slightly more tricky, but honestly it's easy to understand once you get your head around it. WXY or WXYXC essentially break down into 3-wave corrective patterns. And other than the fact that W wave is not allowed to be a triangle, any one of these waves, W, X, Y, X or Z, can be any corrective pattern, i.e. any flat pattern, any zigzag pattern, or in itself a WXY pattern. They can also be triangles, but as we've said, the W wave is not allowed to be a triangle. It is often the case the X wave is known as a failure of trend. It's a very trappy wave in the opposite direction. It gives you the idea that an impulse, perhaps there was an uptrend going into this. So let's just draw an impulse going into this. Perhaps there was an impulse going into this WXY. It gives you the idea that, okay, the impulse has restarted. We're now going to break the high and go higher. X waves are usually very, very trappy. They can often be attributed to a short squeeze. A short squeeze, as I often mention, can often be, whilst it could stimulate a brand new initiative move, a lot of the time it's more responsive trading. People are buying to close their shorts. They're not buying to initiate new long-term positions. And often the X wave will of course be distinguished from a genuine impulse by being 3-wave-ish. It's usually very, very vertical and has no clear distinction of an impulse as per this diagram here. It's not very, very clear where the impulse is. Often an X wave is literally just like this, but it is 3-wave-ish. Be very, very careful with the X waves. They are usually very, very big traps. So that is a WXY. Note, we have already discussed an ABC, where an ABC was a 3-3-5. We've also discussed a zigzag pattern, which is 5-3-5. But this is 3, 3, and 3, and the only difference between this pattern and this pattern is the fact that I've added in another X wave followed by another Z wave. They can be any corrective pattern. So all we are doing here is literally taking all kinds of combinations of patterns and joining them together. As long as W is not a triangle, you can merge anything together. So let's take a look at a few examples higher up. So let's take a look at this example here. We have here an impulse. The direction of the trend is up. This is, let's just take out this for 1 second and let's just draw in a WXY. So we move over to trading view. I have it as a shortcut here. If you ever needed to figure out how to set up shortcuts, all you have to do is go here and tick the star and it'll go into your shortcut box. This is a genuine WXY correction. Sorry, the X is here. This is the direction of the trend. The impulse dictates the direction of the trend. Why is this not a zigzag? Why is this not a flat? Well, it breaks down into 3. It's a zigzag 3-wave overall into a W. X wave is a triangle. This is more of a symmetrical, almost ascending triangle. A, B, C, D, E. And yes, each component is broken in itself down into 3 waves. We then go into an expanded flat to form the Y wave. If this was 5 waves down, then it would have been defined as a ABC. So the difference is this is now broken down into 3 waves. Why is this an expanded flat? Because the B has broken up the top of the start of the pattern and C is below the bottom of A. This is a genuine WXY. W, note, is not a triangle. Now how could we vary this? What else could the X wave be? Well, let's mix it up a little bit. Let's convert, first of all, the Y leg into an ABC. So I've converted this into a zigzag, and let's now convert the X wave into a flat pattern. A, B, C. This is also very much a genuine WXY correction. W remains a 3-wave zigzag. 5, 3, 5 forming an overall 3-wave corrective pattern. X wave is an expanded flat to the upside, ABC, also 3-wave-ish. And finally, Y wave is an extended zigzag 535 overall 3-wave corrective pattern, forming a WXY. So, like I said, the only difference between this and a WXY XZ is that I've chucked in another 3-wave correction for the X. So this may as well be a zigzag here. So we'll convert that also to a zigzag. And then what we'll do with the Z wave, we'll convert this into a running flat. So a running flat, as we've said, is the B breaks above the top of A, and then the Z wave comes over like this. In forthcoming videos, we will be discussing the Fibonacci relationships for all of these waves. So don't worry too much about that. We're here just to get an idea of the patterns and visualize them. So they're always in the back of our mind. This is a genuine WXYXZ. W is not a triangle. We have a zigzag followed by a flat, followed by a zigzag, followed by another zigzag, followed by a flat sequence. So all we are doing is essentially merging any flat, any triangle, as long as it's not in the W wave, any zigzag, or any WXY in itself to form a larger 333 WXY or a 33333 WXYXZ. It's actually very, very straightforward once you get your head around it. Note also, anything that is usually 3, 7 or 11 waves on the larger degree is usually corrective. Impulses can either be 5, 9 or 13. The reason we say 9 is often the wave 3 can be the most easiest to distinguish, and if you think about it, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That forms the 9 waves of an impulse. So whenever I can count something 3, 7 or 11, I know I'm probably looking at a correction. That's a very, very quick rule. Always important to remember that. So that is complex corrections, very straightforward, WXY and WXYXZ. In the next module, we'll be taking a look at leading and expanding variety diagonals, and then we will be going over the Fibonacci relationship. So I'll catch you guys on the next video.